Hello, I'm MrChefRahman. Thank you for tuning into my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make lamb kebabs. Very simple, straightforward, with a little yogurt dip on the side. Let's get started. The ingredients you need for it: pieces of lamb. I've got lamb leg which I've diced up into smaller pieces. Then I've got onion, a couple of garlics, some peri-peri seasoning, tin of tomatoes, some coriander, and obviously most importantly you need the skewers. So we're going to start off by dicing the onion up roughly and dicing the garlic up as well. Cut. Just chop up the garlic roughly and then just get a frying pan and chuck it all in. Couple of 2 spoons of vegetable oil, and then we're going to get that on the heat, start sweating it off. So just stir slowly, let it sweat off, not caramelizing, not going to burn it, just nice and gentle. Get the sweetness out of the onions. So now my onions are nice and sweated. You see they're getting a bit translucent. I'm going to add my pinch of peri-peri seasoning. Like that. Stir that through a little bit. How much is up to you again. I like a bit of spice in there, so I'm going to add that. So again, put that back on the heat. This recipe I came up once when I was in a Turkish restaurant, and I just couldn't get over how amazing it tastes and how tender the pieces of meat was. So I thought I'll make my own version. And peri-peri is quite popular. I like the spices, I like all the flavours in there. So I thought, yeah, I'll get that in, a bit of tomato to make my marinade, and there you have it. So my onions are now almost ready. I'm going to put in some of this tomato. Hopefully I don't make a mess. There we go. Not too much, remember that, yeah? So half of this I'm going to puree. So now I would say the tomatoes are ready. Just need to add a bit of seasoning. So a bit of salt in there. I'm going to puree this whole thing up now. Just chuck in a few pieces of coriander, just like that. Simple, straightforward. There we go. So get that in there. We're going to save some of the coriander for later when we've cooked it already, okay? So I'm going to chuck this into the blender, puree it up. This is like a Nutri-Bullet. It's amazing, it does wonders. So just get it in there. The plug don't reach here, okay? So I'm just going to get that in. The whole lot. So here we go, here's our marinade, which is also the tomato sauce which we're going to serve it on top of. Okay? So now we've got the marinade, we've got the meat. Just going to chuck half of this marinade in here. Only half. Okay? Bit of seasoning on the meat. This needs to be stirred and mixed through. So it's a light marinade, it's not nothing strong like the Indian tandoori style. So you see, it's not thick yogurty marinade like the Indian ones. This is the Turkish style, so it's a light, subtle marinade. Okay, so we're going to let this sit for a good at least half an hour, just so the flavours can soak in. So now the marinade's there in the meat. Got to let this sit for about half an hour. Cover it up with something. Just got a little plate. Just put it on top. Put it in the fridge. If you can leave it overnight, it's much better. The flavours will really soak in. And then the other half of your marinade, just keep it on side. We're going to use that later while we're cooking the kebabs. I've let it sit for half an hour. You can see the meat has really started to become a bit more juicier. Even the meat's starting to get a bit red because all the flavours are getting in there. Okay. So this, what we're going to do with this, is going to get quite messy and tricky now. So we get a skewer. Pretty straightforward, and just start poking it into your meat. So This is only for 2 people, and I'm making it as a starter. So don't think, oh, it's so small, you know, it's not enough. That's up to you. When you make the recipe, you choose your portion sizes, okay? So get these in, like that. Turkish food, I feel, is the best for grilled, you know. Turkish, when I go to Turkish restaurants, I always get a bit of bulgur wheat rice with some kebabs on top, mixture, you know. Koftas are really good as well. Don't go to the Turkish kebab shops and get, you know, the nasty stuff which costs like £4 and, you know, you get a heap load of meat. Nah, that's not it. This is the proper Turkish food. This is how it should be. And this you can serve it with whatever you like. A bit of rice, a bit of veg. You can even just eat that on its own, like, or in a bit some bread, you know. So there we go. We've got the meat there, ready to go and get grilled. So I've invested in this griddle pan from IKEA, if you've heard of it, for £7, which is an absolute bargain. You should invest in one of these griddle pans because you use it with fire. And it's really good for cooking meat, healthy, fat, you know, getting rid of the fat, and you get nice, you know, like you get that taste of barbecue at home. So I'm just going to get it on, put the fire on, my meat is ready to go, dish bash bosh. So don't start cooking until your pan is hot, otherwise this is just going to get all soggy and it wouldn't get the nice grilled effect. So just wait for the griddle pan to get hot. Whenever you grill things, you must get the pan hot. Otherwise, you're not going to get that effect of the crosshairs and the lines. Okay, so my pan is almost hot. I can feel the heat going through it. Okay, my meat is now ready. And let's go. No oil is needed on these pans. That's the amazing thing about it. So get it on like that. And basically wait till it's nice and coloured on each side, turn it around, and then that should be it. So I'm going to turn these around. We've got a nice groove pattern on one side. Okay, turn it around and it's almost there. While it's cooking, I'm going to get some yogurt. Pour it in the bowl. Okay. Add a hint of mint sauce, which you definitely can find in any supermarket. And it's always good to have it. It lasts for ages. Mix that up, and I'm going to grate this cucumber in there. What cucumber does is gives it aroma. And that aroma will slowly grow into the yogurt while you're eating it. So it's kind of a relish what I'm making. So there you go. Chuck that in there as well. Just like that. So I'm going to mix that up. I can already smell the cucumbers, the mint, the yogurt, everything together, and it is making my mouth water. It's hard being a chef and fasting at the same time, but then again it's all worth it when it comes to eat. So yeah, that's the little dressing ready. So our kebabs are almost ready. You can squeeze it and you see it should be a little bit bouncy, but not, you know, not too resistant. So I'm going to serve on this platter here. You can pick these up from any supermarkets. I'm going to serve it on a bed of coriander, like that. This will bring out the smell, the flavour, and at the same time it will stop the juices from escaping all over the board. You know. Turn the heat off. Kebabs are nice and ready. Look at that. How does that look, eh? Whack it on like that. Get the other one on there like that. Just try and make it look a bit fancy, you know. They say image is half the taste. apparently. Then we're going to get a little ramekin. Like that. I'm going to put the yogurt dressing we made. Put that into the pot. So this will help if it's too spicy for you or anyone else. You can just dip it in there and it'll cool it down in their mouth. And then some of this marinade that we had left over, I'm just going to drizzle it over the meat. Yeah. Clean it up a bit. Okay. And there you go. Something like that. And this is my take on lamb kebabs on skewers with a little bit of cucumber yogurt and lemon wedge on the side.